What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Charting Crypto live stream. It's been a while since I've done a video. I think last weekend I did a live stream. So since then, a lot has happened. Actually, the last day or so, quite a bit happened, especially with BTC. As we can see here, BTC is absolutely ripped today. I think we're gonna be topping out here pretty soon on BTC, though. You can see since September 6th. So 3 days ago till now, we're up 15.9%. So pretty much 16%. I think this is going to be the general area that we're going to need to keep an eye on for BTC. It's this $22,000 to $23,000 area. I'm expecting it to have a pretty decent sized rejection from that area. If you've been around my channel for a while, I've talked about my plan on the crypto. I think we're going to be having one more large dip, and I'm holding out for that. If that doesn't happen, then so be it. A lot of people were thinking that it was going to happen here, but we had this definite reversal to the upside. You can see right now we're currently getting rejected at the 0.5. So let's zoom in and take a little bit closer look there. We're currently getting rejected at the 0.5 right now on BTC at approximately 21,400, 21,300. I think we're actually be breaking over this, and this is where we're going to be heading. We're actually going to be heading up to this double resistance area. I think we're going to be heading to the 382 to 22,000 area. That's a double resistance area. It's gonna be very difficult to get over. As you can see, the RSI is pretty high already. Yes, we can enter the overbought territory. If we zoom out though, we rarely enter that overbought territory, and every time we do enter it, similar to back here on May 31st, this was May 31st back here, it's followed by a really heavy retracement. You can see we had it back here on May 28th, back here on May 28th, and then that also had a large retracement followed by it as well. So similarly to those, I think we might be getting a similar scenario where we briefly touch the overbought territory on the RSI. If we just look at the MACD is already starting to tail down to a bearish scenario. The candles peaked out. We're starting to have candles that aren't engulfing the previous one. If we look down here. So personally, I'm going to be looking for a top out at around 22 to 22.5. And then from there, I think it's going to be a slow drop back down. Similar to something like this. I'm currently holding out for 16 to 17,000. There are people that are saying we're going down to 14 to 15. We'll get into that when the time comes, but as of right now, I am 75% invested back in the market, and if we hit 16, 17, I'm just going to go all the way back in, get all my money that I profited from in the previous bull run, put it back in now, buy those coins up, hold them until the next bull run. Because I think around between 15 to 17,000 is going to be the bottom. I think one more big drop and that will be the official bottom for BTC. But for short term right now, let's keep an eye on this double resistance there at the 382 at 22,000. So I think 22,000 with a wick up to probably 22.5. And then a drop back down for BTC. Indicators indicating, hey, we're pretty much overbought. We're at 76 on the RSI. MACD's starting to descend as well towards a bearish scenario. That's the 4 hour. If you look at the day chart absolutely ripping. So the day chart does have some momentum to go up higher, but the highest momentum that also has is probably the 382 at around 22.2. I've seen some people say the 236 at 23.2, but I don't think that's gonna be the case in my personal opinion. I'd be going by the 4 hour, be keeping an eye on the double resistance at 22.2 for BTC. And then we assess the situation at that time. If we do break over that, the next resistance at 23.9. I just don't see BTC doing that with the way that the market's going right now, with the way that global crisis and global news is going on. I just think this is a really nice relief rally. Then we'll assess the situation once we reach 22. With that, what do you think ETH is going? You think ETH is going to 23? I think ETH is going to pump until the merge. Then once the merge happens, it's going to shit the bed. And the thing that we need to keep an eye on about that merge is everyone's thinking the merge is going to be successful. There's a chance that there could be some really big bugs in the merge. This is a very, very, very big update. One of the biggest updates in crypto's history, in any crypto's history. So this has to go off without a hitch. If this does not go off without a hitch, if the merge does not go off without a hitch, I think that's going to be catastrophic, and that could push ETH down. As of right now, ETH is outperforming BTC. So if ETH merge does not go well, say there's some bugs in it or it's delayed or something like that, and that's going to affect the whole market, because as of right now, ETH is leading the market. ETH is outperforming BTC. So if the merge doesn't happen, I think BTC might be dragged down with that bad news about Ethereum. But I think the main thing we need to focus on right now, the biggest thing that I think is going on in the crypto space right now is going to be that Ethereum merge happening here in the next couple days that needs to go off without a hitch. A lot of people think that it is, and you know, it's one of the biggest updates in crypto in the crypto history. So it needs to go off without a hitch. If there is some bug or something like that, I expect some heavy volatility in the market from that. People will start selling their ETH and stuff. But seriously, I do think after the merge comes out, we are going to be dumping. With that, it creates Ethereum into a deflationary coin. You know, every time you use Ethereum, it gets deflationary. But in a bear market, the volume that is going through Ethereum is very, very minimal right now compared to a bull run. So we really won't see the impact of that deflationary aspect of the update until the bull market hits off. I personally think, yes, we will see some benefit from it. Yes, it is deflationary regardless of bear or bull market, but I think the major thing for that upgrade is it's going to be super important or super valuable when we enter the bull run. As of right now in the bear run, you know, not a lot of people are buying coins, not a lot of people are doing NFTs, not a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff, yes, and there's very low volume. So with that low volume comes low burn rate. So we're not going to see large burn rates on Ethereum until we enter that bull run when more people are using the network. So I think a lot of people might be disappointed from the upgrade because we're gonna get that merge update and people are like, wow, the Ethereum's not doing crap. You know, I thought it was going to be super deflationary and then the coin was just going to rocket. It's not going to rocket. We're in a bear market, guys. I think what's going to happen is we're going to hold out. It's going to merge. I think from there, people are going to be like, oh, it really didn't do anything. I'm going to sell my Ethereum. And the real thing is that deflationary thing is play really big in the bull run. So sound like a broken record. I think I just talked in a circle several times there. So that's my thought on that Ethereum merge. Can we get the 23? Let's see. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna hit 23 before the merge, honestly. Zoom out. 23 is way right here. Now I don't think we're gonna hit 23 before the merge. Let me see. If I go bottom, I go to this bottom, this top up here. $23 would be around the 0.5 to the 22.7. So you have to get up to the 0.5. I think if we keep an eye on the 618 here at around 1,940, there could be a chance of doing that. As of right now, the MACD is starting to stagnate in a bearish momentum. You can see it's starting to cool down. RSI is pretty high on Ethereum right now. I don't want to say it's impossible because anything's possible. You can see we still are in a bullish uptrend. We've been in an uptrend since June 18th on it. And the merge is coming out in a couple days as well. So let's just hope that merge actually plays out without any glitches, doesn't get delayed and everything like that. For the short term for Ethereum right now, I think the main thing we need to focus on before 23,000 is the 17,066 area. We need to focus on this resistance area at 17,070. And if we break above that, our next stop would be the 618 at 1929. So 1925. I think this could be the case right here. We could touch 1925. It'd bring us up to the overbought territory. And then we'd have that retracement to test the support down here at 16.5. But I do think when the merge comes out, we'll see that slight pump. And then people will be like, oh, that was kind of lackluster. And then we'll see that retracement. But I could definitely be wrong. But I'm playing it by, hey, we're in a bear market. There's not a lot of volume. This merge is making Ethereum deflationary. So the more volume you get, the higher deflation you'll get on the coin. And with not a lot of volume going through, you're not going to see a lot of deflation, which really won't impact the coin that much. So I don't think a lot of people are, I think people are going to be lackluster by the merge when it first comes out. But once we enter a bull run, it's going to be very beneficial. Short term 1776, pull back to this 618. We could just do a step up pattern possibly, but I think the main area we need to focus on now is 766, but we are in a bearish downwards movement. So short term, I would, if I was playing this, like if I was trying to play, this is not financial advice. If I was trying to play a short term play on Ethereum, I would play it topping out at 766 and dropping back down to 1655 and then working its way up to the 618. that would have this play out into its bearish movement. The RSI would retrace, we'd get some more moon juice, some more fuel for our ship, and then we could have a nice run up towards the 618. So this might actually be the play for the merge. I think we might top out right here, come back down, and once the merge comes out, that'll be our run up to the 618. And if we do break above that 618 during the merge, then you could possibly see 23, but I think 23 is quite a shot to get to. I don't think we'll be seeing 23,000, honestly. You don't think we're bottoming out till mid 2023? It's very possible. I mean, nobody knows. But if we touch down to the 15-16k, I'm going all the way back in. I know some people are looking at 14k stuff, and I could absolutely be wrong. We could go down to 8k. I've seen people say we're going down to 8k, we're going down to 6k, and if that's the case, then I'll just have to grind, work some overtime, get some more money, and buy the dip, I guess. But as of right now, the money that I made in the bull run, 75% of it's already back in. I have 25% sitting on the sidelines waiting for that next big dip on BTC. Once that happens, I'm going to be all in. That's Ethereum. So with that, we have Mr. Andy Walk with API 3. Whoa, it's bright. There we go. So API 3 is up 4.9% at $1.85, 115 million max with 62 million circulating. So a little over half's in circulation, 115 million market cap, pretty low. All-time high on this was 1030 a year ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 104. If you look at the max compared to the market cap, you can see they definitely put more coins in circulation. It looks like February of 2022. You can see the price is way up here and the market cap's way down here, and it really didn't budge from right here, which means there was a lot less coins in circulation back here to where it's currently at right now. If we just go back and forth, you can see most of those coins looks like they were put in circulation in February 2nd. Not saying it's impossible to reach these prices. Again, it's just gonna be a little bit harder. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Also available, Coinbase, BTX, Binance. So let's get into the TA of API 3. Oh boy, oh boy. So as of right now, we are in a general uptrend, very, very slow uptrend, but an uptrend nonetheless. RSI is still tailing back up. MACD is just hovering around. You can see we generally tag the 75 on the RSI before we have some sort of retracement. So I'd be banking on tagging the 75 on the RSI, which means we have a little bit more movement to the upside to go before we see that retracement. But generally speaking, every time we head up here, we do have a pretty fast retracement on the short term. You say we tag it, retrace, tag it, retrace, tag it, retrace, tag it, retrace. So I'd be keeping an eye on one more pump up to a retracement, and that's without me drawing any fibs. Let's see if we can draw some fibs and validate this. Yeah, so as of right now, you broke above the 786, back tested the 786. You currently have some momentum. I think we'd probably top out at around $2, it looks like, before we see that one more retracement. So I'd be keeping an eye on API 3 testing that $2 range. Those round numbers are very psychological numbers in the crypto space, or in general, just going from one whole number to another whole number is just a psychological thing on people for some reason. But if you look, this was actually really great consolidation we had right here. Just caught my eye. But short term right now, let's keep an eye on the 618 at $2, pull back to the 786, and then coming up to test 213. Not saying we can't blast through the 618 and head straight to 213, because yes, we have been in the overbought territory before. It's just we've never really blown up in the overbought territory. We've gone up to 84. Looks like 84 was the highest I see right now. Here we went up to 94, but that was back in February. So we really don't have a lot of past history of ramping it up once we get overbought. It looks like every time we enter the overbought territory, we have a decent sized retracement, and the overbought territory would be very close to the 618 area at around $2. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on $2, and then that retracement down to the 618 at 180, and that could be your catapult that bumps you up to this resistance area, which you need to keep it focused on. Once you break above this resistance area, we'll assess the situation at that time. But for now, even if this happens, it's still a bullish thing. We're not making a lower low, we're making a higher high, and this right here would be a higher low. As you can see, the low is right there. So Even if the coin does pump and retrace, people are like, oh man, my coin's going down. It's still bullish unless we fall down to this main support here at 169. So let's just keep an eye on it, pump up the $2 and the retracement down to the 786, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. So short-term bullish on this. Let's keep an eye for approximately a, looks like 8 or 9% pump, which would play out with me thinking BTC is going to be topping out at around 22.5 to 23. I think coins are, we had the nice run today. People are like, yeah, let's get back in. And then the hammer's going to come down and people are like, fuck. I shouldn't have bought. I FOMO'd in. But it is what it is. Short term for API 3, $2, pull back to 786. So time, I haven't looked at time yet. I don't think time's broke below 52. I think that was the price that we've oh man, I always forget what I'm charting this on. That was the price that we were focusing on for time, if I remember correctly. 52, the 786. 786 is the takeoff point. I talked about the similarities. I probably sound like a broken record every time I go over this, but nothing has changed on this. This is why I really haven't been putting a lot of videos out, because the market hasn't been doing crap. So me doing videos every day is not going to do anything. It's just to be me repeating myself from the previous video. So I decided just to take a break from that and just do some live streams. And similar to that, time's really doing the same thing as well. You can see the upwards consolidation, upwards consolidation, upwards consolidation. Even this right here, the upwards downwards, upwards sideways, upwards downwards, upwards sideways. It's just lengthening every time. And if this is a repeat pattern, if it's going to have a fourth repeat, it can't fall below the 786 right here at 52. So $52 is the price we need to keep an eye on. I was talking about last time, if I remember correctly, having that pullback, that one large pullback to 52 before takeoff. I don't know if this was it or not. We're currently hovering at this support area at 57. Our size looking okay. I mean, we're at 55, so the halfway mark. MACD, yeah, it's not really bullish, not really bearish. It's heading towards a bearish crossover, but we really didn't have a large movement there at all either. So it's looking like we're entering the tail end to either the upside or the downside. So I'd just be keeping an eye on it bouncing between the support and $52. $52 is the price we need to keep an eye on for it to take off. And if it does take off, that's what I'm saying. We're going to be looking at around a $180 pump, I think. 180 to 250. Because if we charted it last time, this was 90. That was a 90. The next one was 122. So that was additional, let's say 30%. 122. This one was pretty much double that 249. And if we had that continuation added on, 249 times 2, let's just say at 500. 500 bring up to 330. I don't think that's going to happen by any means. So I'm going to be generous or have a pullback, seeing that around 250, around a 300% pump. The thing about this coin is, yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, you're saying this coin's going to pump, you're spreading such FUD, you're getting all that hopium. Look at this. Why do I think it can do that? The market cap's only 40 million. There's only 710,000 coins in circulation, and all the coins are in circulation. It doesn't take much to pump a coin with this small of a market cap and this small of coins in circulation. One large buy and this thing goes. So yeah, large movements on this coin are definitely doable, very easy, even in a bear market with the low total supply and circulating supply with the market cap. So I'm not spreading hopium. It's actually just rinse and repeat type stuff right here. And patterns do end up breaking, and normally things in crypto happen in threes, but I've seen the occasional four. So in order for that four to play out, we can't fall below 52. So let's keep an eye on 52. As of right now, it's kind of just a waiting game. I mean, RSI sideways at, stalled out sideways. MACD really isn't doing anything. We're just consolidating between the support and the 786. So it's either it's going to take off soon or it's going to shit the bed. We're very, very, very close in my personal opinion. You can see how much tighter can we possibly get. I thought we were going off back here. Then we had the huge run up. So let's just keep an eye on 56. That's our support. We can't fall below 52. That's all I got to say for time. Eventually we'll find out. I mean, we've been covering this coin quite a bit for a little over a month now. Definitely bullish on it. I was thinking about playing this coin. Actually, I did play it on this pump right here. If I see a pullback to 52, that would bring the RSI back down. MACD would have that bullish crossover. That could be the case. We could be seeing that one pullback down to 52, then the run up. But Nonetheless, it does look very, very similar to the past with just a lengthening cycle. So let's keep an eye on 52 for time, and then we'll assess the situation at a later date. Probably 2K retest at most. Oh, for Ethereum, are you talking about, hey Taylor, are you talking about Ethereum? If you're talking about Ethereum, I think 2K is going to be a very, very critical area for Ethereum, even with the merge coming out. Those round numbers are very psychological numbers for people. Yeah, can we break above it? Absolutely, but we're all banking on the merge going successfully, and you know, not everything happens perfectly in life. And if there's some small glitch or some small bug, or it doesn't go off without a hitch, you know, crypto space is going to blow that shit up. It's going to be all over Facebook. You know, that's the big thing that everyone's keeping an eye on. And if it does not go off smoothly, there's going to be people making tons of YouTube videos on it, spreading FUD, all this stuff, and that will just drive down the price. And like I said previously, Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin right now. So if Ethereum shits the bed, I think BTC is going to be drugged down with it as well. So that merge is actually very, very important for the crypto space, I personally believe, in the short term. It has, if it goes off successfully, I think the crypto space will have a nice, decent rally. If it's delayed or there's some sort of glitch, then I'm going to expect some heavy volatility to the downside. So we have Azero. I recently picked up some Azero. I was telling you guys about my 101 buy on Azero, my last live stream, and it actually dipped down to 95 on Mex right here. Actually dipped all the way down to 95. I saw, I had mine at 101. I picked up quite a bit there. I'm still looking to pick up some Azero right now. Right now, my main thing is Quant and Azero that I'm looking to pick up. I'm not going to pick up Quant until it drops quite a bit more, but Quant is always on my radar. Okay. Azero. So Azero's up 13.4% at 124. I've gone over these several times before. I don't know when CoinGecko's going to update them. Do your own research on that. It's a layer 1, up and coming layer 1. I recently got some at 101. I wish I would have got some at 95, but I can't complain, I guess. So as of right now, we recently just put in a higher high. We had this downtrend since August 11th, making lower highs, lower lows, and we just reversed that right here with this run up. See, RSI still has a little bit more ways to go. Let me zoom in so we can actually see this a little bit better. So we're still heading up on Azero. RSI still has some room to run. MACD is still growing as well. If we look in the past, we do enter the overbought territory quite a bit, and actually we head up to 97, almost 100. So short term for Azero, it looks like the next resistance is the 382 at around 127, 128. I'd be keeping an eye on that general area. That would break us into the overbought territory on the RSI. Not saying we can't go higher, but once you enter the overbought territory, it's heavy, heavy, heavy pressure to push you back down. I think the highest we could possibly go is if we briefly broke above this 382, seeing a wick up to 130, 133, then that would be that retracement back down. But for the short term right now, I'm going to be bullish on Azero touching this 382 at around 127, and then we'll assess the situation at a later time. That's approximately another 3.1%. If we get rejected from there, we're going to be coming down to test this double support area, and that has to hold for us to make higher highs and higher lows. Currently right now, I'm going to be putting my next buying order at probably around $1 even. I had my last one at 101. I'm going to put my next one at $1 now. And that gets hit, it gets hit. But this dollar cost average on the way down. I don't buy on the way back up. So if I miss the boat, I missed the boat. I'll look for the next coin. But I'm comfortable with the amount that I hold right now. So short term, keep an eye on the 382 at 127. If we break above that, I can see a wick up to 130. I don't see us going any higher than this. Honestly, I don't even see us touching that really. If I had to play it, I think this would be the play. Bounce off that, head down to the 618 double support area, then recoup and reassess it back then. So short term bullish, longer term I think would be bearish, heading back down to the 618 on Azero. I'm looking to pick some more up down here. This is where I'm currently looking to pick some more up right down there. I got some right here last time. I'm gonna pick a little bit more up there. And then I'm gonna wait for that huge dump on BTC to unload the rest of my fiat. Did I miss API 3? Yeah, we did API 3. It was the one right before this. What's up, Beanbag? Looking forward to the weekend. Gonna spend more time looking into the Elliott wave pattern. Yeah, I did quite a bit of studying of the Elliott wave, and it's very, very interesting. I mean, it's accurate, but it's crazy of how subjective it is. Like it's up to your own preference on the waves. So I always take that with a grain of salt. You know, when you use fibs and stuff, it's solid right in front of you. When you do Elliott wave, it's kind of subjective on where the wave's gonna bounce and stuff, but people like it and it seems to work. So MCRT. Oops. There we go. MCRT Magic Craft. No market cap. Let's see if we can find it on CoinMarketCap. They usually have more data. I just like CoinGecko for some reason. So MCRT is down 1.4 or 1.4% at 1.2 cents. Total supply is 100,000, 10 billion with a circulating supply of 1.5 billion. So be very, very careful. That means they can put approximately 8.5 billion more coins in circulation, which would just dilute the coin and make it very, very hard to get a decent sized price on it. I've seen it happen several times on a lot of coins. Back when I first started the channel, I was super bullish on PBX. PBX had less than 1 billion coins in circulation, and now it has 3.5 billion. And the price is below a penny, so just always be wary of that. Market cap's only 19 million, so it's really small. All-time high in this was 8 cents 8 months ago. All-time low was 2 months ago. This coin has been out since December of 2021. So you had the huge run-up when it first came out, then you had the lull. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Looks like Pancake and Max are the leader. Let's take a look at MCRT. They don't even have the Max. I don't want to do any swaps. Here we go. They got a good one. Now let's zoom in, take a little closer look. As of right now, we're testing this resistance at 1.2. RSI definitely has room to run. MACD does look like it's about ready to run bullish as well, even though we have this slight stagnant unascending candle. If we draw a fib on this, let's see, fib. Yeah, so we've been holding up the 618 area here. We have the fib at the 618 and the main resistance area. I believe what we're gonna be looking for here is, you can see we are in a downwards movement. You can see we have been making lower highs and lower lows. We had the high right here on August 20th, put in a lower high back here on August 28th. Actually had a lower high here on September 6th. So as of right now, if we had to go by history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So if we had to go by similarities, I would be banking on putting in another lower high. So if I had to put money on it, I'd play the statistics, and I'd have it probably running up to 1.4 and then retracing back down to this main support area at around 1 cent. So as of right now, I'm gonna be, I guess you can say, slightly bullish on it to bearish. Short term, I'd be looking for approximately a 9 to 10% pump on it, and then that retracement down to the main support area, and then we would assess the situation at that time. That would actually let the RSI run out. You can see we do enter the overbought territory quite often, but this was a really fast run up right here. And after you have large step ups like this, you have the large steps, you have that slow lull period back down to at least the 50% area. So short term right now, I'd be keeping an eye on that 10% pump up to the 0.5 right here at around 1.4. and then a retracement. That retracement, who knows, it might not happen. We might not have that 13% retracement. It might get rejected from there. You do have a double support right here. Once you get over that, you do have a support at 1.2 and then the 618 at 1.23. But personally, if we just are repeating this pattern on the slow drop back down, I would have to say this would be the pattern to play out. Run up to 0.5, retrace back down to the main support at 1 cent. So short-term bullish, longer term I'd be bearish on it. So ZEC. So Zcash ZEC is up 8.2% at $66. 21 million max, 12 million circulating, a little over half in circulation with an 845 million market cap. All-time high on this was $3,191 6 years ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 19. I don't think we will ever see these prices. Well, I can't say that because who knows how long crypto's gonna be around for. I don't think we're gonna see these prices anytime soon. I don't think it's gonna be putting in an all-time high. You want to know why I think that? Because I think there was a lot less circulation 6 years ago than there is now. So with a lot smaller circulation, it's a lot easier for the price to go up. And we can check that out right here. So that was pretty much the initial coin launch back in 2016. And look at that, the market cap was nil, pretty much nothing. And yeah, so I could almost put money down on that never reaching that price again, but can't do that. Currently available on the following exchanges right here. So we're on Zcash now. Similar to a lot of coins. A lot of coins had that quick run up today, and if you haven't noticed the pattern, we're starting to have that lull or that gradual, downwards momentum. Like we ran out of our fuel, we ran out of our juice. You can see where all the coins we're talking about are hitting some sort of resistance. The MACD is starting to, stall out. The RSI is pretty high. And the thing about this coin here, it looks like we've had a considerably hard time getting over this resistance area. It's actually support right now, but previously back here in August, you can see we had a hard time getting over this. Right here, we tested it, got rejected, tested it, got rejected September 4th, tested it, got rejected on September 22nd. Had that huge dip, bounced off the support, and we're currently barely above it and flipped it into support right now. So it is into support right now. Let's draw some fibs and see where the fib areas are, and we can start diagnosing and dissecting this chart. So as of right now, we did briefly break above it, but if you see, it looks like we wicked up to the 618. The 618 is probably the most important area on a fib. If you don't know about Fibonacci retracements, look up some videos and stuff. Fibonacci and retracements I believe, are one of the most useful tools in technical analysis. A lot of videos that I've watched, a lot of people that have talked about it, if they only had to pick one indicator to use for the rest of their life, it would be the Fibonacci tool. And the 618 is one of the critical areas on the Fibonacci retracement. And as you can see, we actually just had a red candle as I was sitting there rambling. So 618 is where we got rejected at, and we're currently working our way back down. We have a support here at $65, but I'm not thinking that's going to hold. Personally, for Zcash, I think we're to be retracing down to the 786 in the short term at $62, which would not reset the RSI, but would drop us down to the low 40s, and this MACD would play out, and we would just start entering a bearish territory. In the short term, hey, we can say we're bullish. We put in a higher high. So you can be like, hey, we're bullish, but nonetheless, though, RSI is high, MACD is about ready to flip bearish. So I'd be keeping an eye on that 786. If we drop below the 786, next stop is definitely the main support. And if we do head down to this main support, you'd be like, oh crap, we had all this awesome upwards movement, and then I retraced all the way back down to the support. It would still be bullish because we would not put in a lower low. So this definitely could happen right here, and technically it's still considered a bullish movement because we did not put in a lower low. We put in a higher high and a lower low, even though it's super minimal. But for the short term right now, You can't deny the 618 area. We got rejected the 618, and the indicators are saying, hey, we're burnt out. We drank all our moon juice. We are pretty much running on fumes. I'd be expecting a retracement back down to the 786 area right here at around $62. So short term for this, it's like a 5% dump, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. If we drop below that 786, it's heading down back down to around 57. So at around 12, yeah. All indicators and everything are pretty much spent. So we don't have a lot of fuel left, if any at all, to go any higher. So that was Zcash. Holy crap, I gotta get caught up with these chats. But MRC, Zcash, LCX, any gods in chain being big. Hey, I'm just gonna go through the chats real quick, then I'm gonna zoom back up and see what's going on. MRC PA3. MCRT is a play to earn game. Full game is scheduled for release end of this year. Beta coming out this month most likely. Huh, that's interesting. I've been wanting to get into play to earn games. I played a couple of them, but they've really never been my fancy. I've been looking into Chumby Valley. I've been looking into their NFTs and stuff like that. Okay, read all the chats, back up to the charting. What are we at right now? We did Zcash, so below Zcash is LCX. So if you guys haven't already, I'd really appreciate if you just smash that like button and really help my channel out. It'd let me get out to more people, and it would just be a fantastic thing. If you want your coins charted faster, you can always send a super chat. That's not me like money grabbing or anything like that. It's always nice to get a super chat. So with that, we have LCX at 2.5% at 5.3 cents, 950 million total supply with 772 million circulating and 41 million market cap. All-time high in this was 56 cents 10 months ago. All-time lowest 3 years ago at 8 million zeros and a 7. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros and a 7. Just shows you the power of holding, guys. If you would have held for 3 years, you'd be up 75,000% on your investment in 3 years. And that's crazy because people will work all their lives just to live off a 401k when they're 63, when you could just buy a coin like this and wait 3 years and be up 75,000%. I don't know. It's gonna be really hard for me. I've never ever sold crypto since I've been in the market. When money goes in, it stays in. And once I hit my financial goal, it's gonna be very, very difficult for me to sell it. I guarantee it is. Even if it's like, hey man, this was your goal, you hit it. Time to cash out. Time to cash out and start over. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. I'm not quite there yet. Hopefully that happens next bull run. I'm definitely setting myself up for the next bull run. That is my goal. Next bull run, I'm gonna come out financially free. Okay, I just got done rambling. So LCX. Oh boy, oh boy. I got a disc golf tee time tomorrow with my buddy at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I know that's not a morning thing, but I haven't disc golfed in a while. A couple weeks. I went actual ball golfing. I know this isn't crypto related, just kind of rambling. I went ball golfing last weekend, first time in 16 years, and boy was that interesting. I found it pretty fun though, so maybe I'll do it again. I found myself looking on Facebook Marketplace for golf clubs because I own none. LCX just looks like it's in a massive consolidation right now. RSI definitely has room to run, but if you look at during this consolidation, you guys aren't even getting over to 50. If I draw a mean right here, just a line of resistance, even though it's green, imagine that it's red and it's a resistance. I don't feel like changing the color. This is a general area where we top out and get rejected. And you can see we recently just tagged out there. That's not even at a resistance area. So it looks like there's a lot of bearish momentum going on with this coin right now for some reason. bottom there to top there. Let me actually extend this up to the actual bottom. So the 786 is giving us hell right now. Currently bouncing between the 786 and main support at 0.5 RSI. I guess we can run up. I mean, you could have ran up anytime past here, but we never did. And if we just look in the past, it's just doesn't look like there's a lot of momentum going for this right now. So I'm gonna have to be bearish on this. If I was trying to do a quick flip, this wouldn't be the coin I'd play. Just looking at the indicators right now in the chart. So short term right now, I'm going to be just calling more consolidation. It's more consolidation between these two areas at 0.5. This is your lifeline though. So just to be clear, this right here is your lifeline. If you fall below 0.5, let's just take a larger zoom out and see what the next support area would be. Next support area for this is way down here. Let me draw that. Wow, yeah, next support area is way down here at 4.5. So if you fall below 5, it's going to be a quick flash down to 4.5. But for right now, I'm just going to call consolidation on LCX. There's really no indicator of taking off, no indicator of shit in the bed. It just looks like it wants to go sideways forever. And consolidation isn't a bad thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a very long period of time. So I consider consolidation bullish. So once all the coins at that price range dry up, there's nowhere for the price to go but up. But as of right now, it looks like we're entering a very, very tight consolidation period. So let's just keep an eye on 5 cents to 5.5. It just looks like it wants to bounce between those two areas. What's my thoughts on Pitbull? What is Pitbull? Never heard of it, so I have no thoughts yet. Okay, just from looking at it like this, it looks like a shitcoin. Shitcoins only make money in bull markets. Let me see if that's the right one. Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about the first one. Probably not even a chart for this. So just looking at it right now, Moonshot Gamble. All-time high was a year ago. Wow, imagine getting in. See, this is the thing about the shit coins though. You can make a lot of money. I don't even know what this number is. So let's 100,000, 58 million% in 11 months. Wow. Oh, that's why it was just a scam pump. I wouldn't touch this thing. That was definitely scam. I don't even know if I want to chart this, but I'll give it a try. Oh, it's on max? It's actually on max? Whoa, you guys broke the indicators with this coin. I mean, look, even the bearish movement on the MACD is bullish. There's no red. And if we just look at the RSI is straight red. Yeah, I can't chart this. I mean, fuck it. Getting rejected the 786. MACD is stagnant sideways. Can't even tell on the RSI. Looks like this is the general area of resistance. We're having a hard time getting over the 7. What is this? Million zeros and a 7. We are in a downtrend still, and this just put in a lower high. So I would be keeping an eye on a bounce off the 786 right here at what is this? 634. Then a push back down to around 568. So I'm gonna be bearish on this. Yeah, I'm gonna be bearish on this. I think this is the case. Boom, 786. Shit the bed down here. But it's a shit coin, it can do whatever it wants. Am I still holding Haka? Hell yeah, I'm still holding Haka. Oh, my Haka is currently staked right now in KuCoin. I staked it for 60 days. I staked 200,000 of them for 60 days, and I got several thousand from that. And now I have it. That was a 60% 60 days, and now it's I have all the rest staked because I did another staking period for 40% for 60 days. So they're all locked up for another 60 days. That is definitely my moonshot gamble coin. Lowest market cap on KuCoin. If Haka takes off, man, that'd be crazy. I'd be so happy. Let's definitely start the main reason I call it. Thoughts on Casper? So Casper right now is up 5.8% at 2 cents. Infinite max supply. Be careful of infinite supplies. You saw what happened with Terra Luna. Not saying this is anything close to Terra Luna. It's just infinite supplies are kind of scary. Also, Ethereum has an infinite supply, so take it with a grain of salt. You just know there is a possibility of the inevitable if something really, really bad happens, like what happened to Terra Luna. 5.9 billion in circulation with a 168 million market cap. All-time high in this was 133 over a year ago. All-time low was 3 months ago. This is a long-term hold. Hopefully you picked them up 3 months ago, because that would be a great buy, buying at the lowest price the coin has ever been, which was 2.2 cents. Currently available on the following exchanges right here: BitGet, BKEX, Gate.io. So no real large exchange. Oh, it looks like it's also available on crypto.com, but not a lot of volume from that. Oh boy, I need like I'm tired. I need some moon juice. Let me crack open one of my LaCroix with caffeine in it. So Casper right now. Casper right now also had the good run up today, similar to a lot of other coins. We also entered the oversold territory. So if you would have bought this coin back on September 7th and held, that's a 13% gain. I mean, that's not insanely good, but it's better than going negative 13%. So wow, this 786 area has just been giving you guys a very difficult time since August 19th. Tested as support here, tested as support here, tested as support here. Pretty much tested as support and resistance right here. No, actually you tested it all the way through here from the August 27th to September 5th. And now you currently just broke above the 786 and you're working your way back down towards it. So the 786 is a very critical price area, it looks like, at 28 cents. So as of right now, with the RSI this high and the MACD playing out, I don't think the 786 is going to hold. I'd have to say this main support at 2.7 is going to be the stop. Actually, with the RSI being this high, it might look like it wants to come down a little bit lower. But short term right now, we're just going to talk about the short term. Short term right now, 786 is the price we need to maintain above. We need to stay above 2.8 cents even. If this is the bounce, we're heading up towards the double resistance at 2.9. So 3 cents would be the next stop, which would be a very, very difficult area to get over. I think if we dig it up to 3 cents, that would be the pullback to 786. That's more of a longer term prediction. Shorter term, I probably wouldn't enter any trades on this right now, just by the past history of the 786 area, and with it recently breaking below that very heavily. RSI's high, MACD is about ready to flip bearish, so could be pushed below the 786 and shit the bed one more time, most definitely. So I'd be very cautious about picking up this coin right now. That's not financial advice. That's just what I would. That's just what I would do if I wanted Casper. I'd be keeping on the 786 and its main support at 2.7. Just the way that everything's looking out, it looks like it wants to go back down here like this. and wants to start that consolidation between these two areas. So I'm actually, if I had to flip a coin, I'd be more bearish than bullish on this. I'd say I'm 51% bearish for a 10% drop. So I'd be keeping an eye on approximately 2.5 cents for Casper. That probably wouldn't be a bad buy-in order. If I wanted this coin, I'd put a buy-in order at 2.5. If it hit, it hit. If not, so be it. But that's not financial advice. That's just what I would do if I wanted to pick up some Casper. Main reason is called the theory. Agreed. Some like great benchmarks to help make better decisions. Are you still holding Haka? Yes, I'm still holding Haka. Haka hasn't done crap, so I mean, if we just look at the chart real quick, I'm not picking up any more Haka. I'm just staking it, and what I have is what I have. I called the breakout up to 1.4. It looks like it wicked up to 1.4, so this played out a lot faster than I charted it. And we're also about ready to have that bearish crossover with the RSI pretty high. So it looks like this thing wants to try to push back down to 1 cent. If this thing breaks below a penny, it's going to be crazy. With that though, we did just break this downtrend. Yeah, hang on 1 sec. So we started this downtrend August 13th. Recently put in a higher high. Currently back testing it as support. Already to flip bearish. Hopefully this is just a bearish fake out similar to right back here. You see this little red candle. Hopefully the case is we bounce off this and then continue back up for Haka. But I'm really not planning on making mad money on Haka till the next bull run. And it's very, very risky holding this coin. It has to last until the next bull run. It can't dry up by then. So it's very, very risky. And why do I say this coin is very, very risky? If you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me ramble on about this shit coin, Tribe 1 Haka is the smallest market cap on KuCoin. It only has 331,000 market cap. Why am I interested in a coin like that? I put fun money into it. Coins like this can pump really fast and they could go to zero very fast. Why this coin? This coin has a very small circulating supply. It only has 30 million coins. Small supply, small market caps equal great moonshot gambles. And with a market cap of only 331,000, 3.3 million on this coin is a 10x. 3.3 million on any coin is peanuts. It is very easy to accomplish. As of right now, Tribe 1 mainly focuses on NFT loans and stuff like that. NFT market is severely down right now. It's the lowest that it's been in a very, very long time since the NFT hype. So NFTs are down. Not a lot of people using Tribe 1. So Tribe 1 is also down. Once NFTs start getting revived, I expect Tribe 1 to start rising with that. That is if they survive until then. With this small market cap and everything like that, very hard to make it. You can see the all-time high was 52 cents 10 months ago. All-time low was 2 days ago at 0097. So they haven't even put more coins in circulation either. You can see price to market cap. Yes, they can put 188 million, but 188 million with a 331,000 market cap is nothing. That is a stupid market cap to be listed on an exchange like KuCoin. Very, very, very risky. I mean, we could all put $1,000 on this and pump it like 20%. Don't do that. That is not financial advice. Don't do that whatsoever. Very, very risky coin, but no risk, no reward. And this is my moonshot gamble coin. My only moonshot gamble coin that I'm holding. I don't play any of that Shiba. I don't play any of that Elon, Doge shit. This is my one coin. All the rest of them are in legitimate investment coins. This is where I just put my fun money. So don't just invest in this just because you think it's gonna, just because you're like, oh, it's gonna make money because trading crypto charted it. No, it's a very risky thing, but it could definitely rip. A 10x is only 3.1. And then yeah, 3.1, and then 30 million is absolutely nothing either. So imagine that. So if it takes off, it takes off. If it goes to zero, so be it. I'm going to be keeping an eye on a retracement back down to 1 cent. If that's the bounce point, we're heading up to 1.2. If we break below that, we're going to be heading down to some lower lows. But nothing I can do. Mine are just staked right now, and I don't plan on buying anymore. I'm focused on Azrael and Haka, or not Azrael and Haka, Azrael and Quant. Whoa, speaking of that, I haven't charted quant yet. Sorry if you guys put in a request. I usually chart quant's always charted second. What am I doing? I do BTC and then quant. I think I still have my star in here. I'm not picking it up. I'm not picking up quant until it comes down to 786. That's where I'm gonna be looking to pick up some quant. As of right now, looks like we got rejected towards this resistance area. Excuse me. MACD is about ready to flip bearish. We actually had an almost overbought on the RSI as well. We usually run pretty deep in the overbought territory, but we didn't do that here. I think the retracement on quant now is going to be all the way back down to $100. I think we had our rally. I mean, let me draw a micro fib on this, see if there's any other thing. But from right now, I'm going to be looking for a $100 retracement on quant. But if we draw some micro fibs, we might be able to find something different. Yeah, this is the play right now. Play right now is rejected the 0.5, currently testing the 618. The next retracement will be $100. So no matter how you chalk it up, you can do this micro fib or the larger fib. The next stop is going to be right down here at $100. If this 618 doesn't hold at 103 and 103 breaks, we're heading down to $100. I don't think we have enough momentum to blast up here to 108 one more time. This is about ready to flip bearish. This is pretty high, and we definitely need to run down and cool down. So I think a pull down to the 618 or 786, 618 main support area, 97 to $100 is the next stop for quant. And even though we had this nice run up here, as you can see, we're still, I mean, you can say, hey, we put in a higher high, but if we go down back to 100, we're still back in the downtrend. I'm not buying any more till I get back down here. I bought most of mine at $49. There's no reason for me to raise my average buy right now, especially when I think BTC is gonna be crap in the bed one more time. So for quant, we're gonna have a pullback to the 618, I believe. So with that, let me look at the coins. I have a person, Casper, Beanbag. Thoughts on E-game. So I'm gonna go. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, chat amongst yourself, get those requests in. I'll be back in like a minute. Okay, I'm back. So where are we at right now? So we had been holding BitGert since last year, and I'm up 30,000%. That's crazy, man. Up 30,000% in a bear market. So this looks like another, where's it listed? Oh, this is listed on KuCoin as well. Okay, so every game or e-game with a self-reporting circulating supply, so make sure you do your own research, of 6.5 billion with a total of 10 billion. Market cap's only 2.2 million. That is also self-reporting, so make sure you do your own research on that. You jump back over to the chart on CoinGecko. See, the max was the initial coin launch back in November, and then it crapped the bed since then. All-time high was back in November. All-time low was 2 days ago. So this coin just looks like it's going down and down right now. We can try to chart it, see what's going on. But if we just put in a recent low 2 days ago, we're going to be in uncharted territory. So it's really not going to make a difference on the TA. Did it just get listed on KuCoin? Looks like it just got listed on KuCoin on the 18th. Yeah, short term right now, I'm gonna be bearish on it. I mean, we entered the overbought territory. It actually just started flipping bearish. RSI is tailing down. You do have a double support at the 786 main support area at 303. So I think 303 is gonna be the next stop. Bounce off the 618 down to 303, and then we'll assess the situation. Usually after large pumps like this, I've talked about this several times. After large pumps, I mean, this thing just pumped 140 some percent. What you have is you have the people who bought at the bottom. And once they start seeing some pressure at the top to sell, they sell. Then you have the people who bought at the top. And once they start seeing the price go down, they panic sell, which is why you can see this really quick flash down. The people at the top sell like, oh shit, oh shit. And then you have the people right here in the middle who, you know, they're up a couple dollars, they're down a couple dollars. So they're like, you know what, I'm just going to hold this thing. And that's usually where you start seeing that consolidation at the 50% range. So usually when you see large pumps like this, it normally, if not always, retraces back to the 50% range on the pump, which this actually did. You can see we actually retraced right back down in the 50% range on the pump. But for short term right now, after that 50% range, it could start lulling sideways for a while, and the people who are just holding, trying to think it's a quick flip, are going to get bored and sell. So for short term right now, I'm going to be seeing a bounce off the 618, and inevitably I do think this is going to be heading down to the 786 main support area at 303. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. That would actually be more beneficial than trying to run up right now, in my personal opinion. But I mean, we're in a bear market, nothing's going to the moon. Let's just let this bear scenario play out. Let's let the RSI come back down, stop by the moon juice factory, pick up some moon juice, pick up some fuel for the ship, and then we could have another run up attempt. So as of right now, I'm going to be bearish on it. Approximately another 11-12% drop, I think, before we see some sort of bounce. I don't think we're gonna be getting back over the 618 here. So that's my thoughts on e-game right now. I think there's be some better buying opportunities in the near future. If consolidation is bullish, then Casper is bullish. I guess. Short term is bearish. Thanks, man. My request for my mini cap long shot bets. No problem, man. Oh, Gods Unchained. Okay, did I miss that? Must have missed that. Gods Unchained up 2.7% at 33 cents, 500 million max, 77 million circulating, 25 million market cap. I actually play Gods Unchained. It's pretty fun. You can't make a lot of money off of it though, and it's very hard to win and time consuming. All-time high was 880 9 months ago. All-time low was 4 months ago at 23 cents. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Ooh, we don't want that one. There we go. Damn. Last time I charted this was back in June. We're actually at a very critical price area for, well, we were. This support area is actually very critical for Gods at 3 cents. We zoom out, we've never been this low before, right? Let's see, lowest this was what? 2.34 months ago, which was this drop right here. And if we break below the support, that's going to be the next stop. We're currently not close to that yet. We're currently getting rejected at 3.3. RSI stagnant sideways, MACD still bullish. So I think we might actually see an attempt at breaking over this 3-3. Yeah, I think we're gonna be breaking over this 3-3 and topping out the 618. Top out the 618, flip this into a support, which means you'd have a support at 3-3. You'd have a 786 at 3-3 as well. So you'd have a double support area. That would actually be a good indication of a reversal right there if it bounced. You see, you'd actually want it to revert. We need it to reverse right there. You had the huge run up, downwards consolidation, capitulation, double test. Yeah, so we need this to happen. We need to break above 3-3, test 618, back test that, and then run up here to 3-7, and then have a trend reversal. If we don't have a trend reversal, if this wasn't the double trend reversal, you kind of see this was a head and shoulders type of situation. If we don't have a trend reversal right here, then Gods is going to be making a new lower low or coming down to test the 1618 here at 2-2 again. So short term, let me zoom in a little bit closer. Short term will be bullish on this. Short term will be bullish up to the 618 at 3.5, and then we'll assess the situation at that time for Gods. If you do see us get rejected there, don't worry. What we need to start worrying is when we break below the 786 at 3.3. If we have that run up, we need something like this. If we have that trend reversal, then we're good. If we get rejected from here and head back down here, it could be a bad time. And the next support isn't until the 1618 at 2.2. So if we fall below that, it's gonna be straight down. So pick your poison, I guess. MACD's bullish, RSI is at 50%. So the RSI isn't low, it's not high, it's just at 50%. So there's really no indication on the RSI which way it wants to head. MACD is pretty much all we can go off of with these support and resistance and fib channels. But in the short term, I would be looking for an upwards momentum of approximately 4 to 5% to the 618, and then assess the situation at that time. I've actually earned quite a bit of Gods playing Gods Unchained. I mean, it's kind of hard to win. I mean, you get daily giveaways, and if you lose, you don't get anything. And games take from 12 to 15 minutes to play. And the bad part about it is it's like a card game type of thing. If you lose, you don't get anything. So that 15 minutes is nothing. And if you win, you get a very, very, very minimal amount until you get into a higher ranked. You work your way up in different tiers. It's kind of a fun game, but very time consuming, and it's pretty much pay to win. That's the thing. If you buy the good cards, you'll win, but I'm not gonna be buying anything like that. So look at Gala next. Oh, Gala's up 5.1% at 5.1 cents, 50 billion max with 7.5 billion circulating. So be careful, they could put some more coins in circulation. 391 million market cap, all-time high of 82 10 months ago, all-time low was 1 year ago. Held this coin for 1 year, you'd be up 38,000%. How crazy is that? 1 year for a 38,000% gain. Power of cryptocurrency, guys. Power of holding, diamond hands. Okay, so Gala right now. Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, so Gala right now, RSI is at 68, MACD. This candle didn't engulf the previous one, but we still have some more momentum to go, it looks like. We can zoom in a little bit closer, we can take a closer look, draw some fibs on this. Yeah, so as of right now, we're back testing the 786, it looks like. If the 786 holds, I think there's a good chance we might see a large pump from here. You can see we did just enter a higher high. I mean, we are almost tapped out on the RSI, and the MACD is about ready to flip bearish, but I'm actually going to be slightly bullish on this. If you look at the past history on the RSI, we don't enter into the overbought territory at much, if at all. But if I draw another micro fib, we can probably find the high that it would go to. I might have to eat my words there. The RSI high in this being bearish, and I thought we were going to see a micro fib. I thought we were going to see a 382 up here at 5.5, but the 382 is right here at 5.2. With that and the other fib like this, and this being the resist, yeah, I'm gonna have to eat my words, guys. So I was going to be bullish on this, but I think when it flip bearish, this is why you always dissect it. You don't just go off one drawing. You draw several different fibs. You do a lot of different TA on something, because one fib could show something, and then another fib could show something completely different. But when you compare both the fibs together, you see the picture more clearly. So as of right now, looks like we topped out at 382. We're coming back down to test of 0.5. It does look like it wants to retrace back down to this main support 618 area at around 5 cents to 4.9. So I would actually think that's the play. That would actually play along right with history. We barely enter this high, and every time we do, we have that slow lull back down. So that slow lull back down would bring us down to 4.9. If we broke below 4.9, we had the 786 here at 4.8. But for the short term right now, 618, 4.9 is the price we need to keep an eye on, which is approximately it's only a 3% drop. If we fall below that, it's going to be a 6% drop down to the 786, which still would maintain this very, very brief bullish momentum since what, the 7th. So you had a high here, a low here, a higher high, and that would put in a higher low if we came down to 786. So if we head all the way down to 786, we can technically still consider it bullish. But for a short term right now, let's keep an eye on this double support area on the retracement for Gala. So USTC is up 33.1% at 5.7 cents, 9.8 billion total supply, 9.8 billion in circulation, 551 million market cap. Of course, it's a stable coin, so the all-time high was $1, actually $1.09, and the all-time low was 3 months ago. Okay, let's see. Binance USD. Holy shit. This isn't looking bad. It's a very repetitive pattern that's been happening since the 23rd. And if you can see, this is the start of the downtrend, the downwards movement. So I would be I think there's gonna be some more downwards movement on this coin. RSI has been pretty much holding up at 50 as the bottom. If I draw a micro fib on this from bottom to top right here, you can see the body of the candle is currently at the 382. Body of the candle is currently at the 382 with the wick just below it. RSI isn't overbought. MACD is still in a bullish scenario, but I always play safe. I'd be keeping an eye on this retracement to this double support. You have a double support at the 618 main support area. So the main support at 4.8 with a 618 at 4.7. So I would almost be banking on it retracing back here and bouncing off this double support area. If we did head back down here and briefly touch 4 cents, it still would maintain its bullish momentum, because the lowest low you can see is this wick right here to 786. So if you wanted to play by the skin of your teeth, we could technically do that and have a bounce and still would be bullish. But as of right now, we do have a double support down here. And the way that the RSI looks in the MACD and just the rinse and repeat type scenario, I think it is going to be breaking below the 382 at 5.8, and the next stop is the double support area at 4.8 to 4.7, and that's where we could see that bounce. That's the first bounce point we could keep an eye on. Second bounce point is this main support area at 4.1. I think this is more of a long shot. If we did head back down there, it would kind of just wreck this entire upwards momentum that's going on. That is just a worst case type scenario. Worst case, best case. The worst case that the best case could go, if that makes sense, is down there. But more likely than not, I would be banking on it touching the 618 main support at around 4.6 to 5 or 4.6 to 4.8, and then continue its upwards, because everyone's talking about this coin now. So when people start talking, the price just rips. And the talk of the day, the one that everyone's talking about, it's all over Twitter, it's all over YouTube, everyone's making a TA video on it, except me. I'm gonna do a live stream about it. So we're gonna get into Terra Luna. So Luna is up 158.5% today. Infinite max supply, 100,000 million, 1 billion total supply with 162 million in circulation. And an 822 million market cap. This briefly broke above 200% gains today. All-time high was 3 months ago at $18. All-time low was 12 days ago. If you would have bought 12 days ago, you would have made 220% on your profit. This is currently available on the following exchanges down here. I highly recommend, without me doing any TA right now. I can't recommend anything. I don't give advice. I do not give advice. I would not even consider buying this coin right now after this large run up. I don't know if it's just me and not liking Do Kwon or what. I mean, I made money off Terra Luna before, but let's just get in the TA before I start stumbling over my words and saying something I don't want to say. Damn! That's a moonshot right there, guys and girls. That is a moonshot. Oh, auto. We're gonna have to zoom back to draw some fibs on this. Holy crap. So you could have held this since June 6th. If you held it since June 6th, you could have sold the top and still made profit. The power of holding, right? So as of right now, there's not a lot of data to go off of. I mean, RSI, of course, overbought. MACD is starting to tail down, lose some momentum. We can draw a fib off this giant candle right here. Usually after runs like this, I talked about it previously, they retrace back down to the 50% range. The 50% range is the 786 on this, apparently. Could it bounce before that? Most definitely, but it would be more beneficial and more likely for the coin to retrace back down the 786 at around 320. And if for some reason you think this coin's going to pump again, I think that would be the pump point. If we did bounce off the 618 and it made a higher high, I'd be very hesitant about touching it even further, because the RSI would barely be entering in back to a normal territory. It would barely break below and overbought before we started moving higher, and then that's just asking for trouble. That's just asking to lose money. So short term right now, just looking at looking at the indicators and everything like that, and just by past history and me charting so many charts on moon charts and stuff like that, and just seeing a lot of different variables, normally runs up like this retrace back down to the 50% range, and the 50% range is the 786. So I am going to say this coin is going to be touching the 786 area at around $3. I would say 320, 325. I mean, we could wick down to the 786. Like, we could have a hard candle at 325 for the wick down to the 786, and it still would touch the 786 and retrace to 50%. But there is going to be a general hard candle. So most of the buys on this coin, I believe, will be in this general area between the 618 and 786, and then we'll see that wick down to the 786. But I think most of the buys will be between this 325 to 350 area, and then the wick down to the 786. But nonetheless, I do think we will be seeing a decent sized retracement on this. That's a 34% retracement, boys and girls. I don't want to be bearish on it, but it is what it is. Just from past history at a lot of other coins, that looks like that's the case. Short term, that is if it breaks below the 618, 618's at 418. So keep an eye on 418 if you're still holding this and you think it's going to go higher. 418 is the first stop. 418, 786. So if we head into 418 and it starts breaking below that, stick your head between your legs because we're going down, down, down. But man, I wish I would have caught that run. The thing is, like, I've played really risky coins before and I've made decent sized money, and I've played some where it hasn't panned out, and we're in a bear market right now, and I don't want to mess up my opportunity to be financially free by messing with my dry powder trying to make a quick flip and getting wrecked, because during a bear market coins are going to be cheap, like cheap. So either you want to try to play the quick flips and get wrecked in a bear market, or buy coins at a very, very, very discounted price. And that is the longer play, but that is the safer play. And I think that is the smarter play, in my personal opinion, is just to wait for those low prices, buy them, and just tuck them away. Don't sell them. Don't think about them. Coins that I buy on my ledger, in my gun safe, I don't think about it. They're there. You know, they're there. I know they're there. In order for me to pull them out, I have to do a huge process to pull them out. Not a huge process. It's not that hard. But that's not something I want to do. I have a certain goal in mind that I want to reach, and I plan on reaching it by the next bull run. And me trying to make quick flip plays like this isn't going to help. Once we get back in the bull run, I'll be doing this often because it's super easy to do plays like this in the bull run. I started this channel in December, so we were on the start of the decline, but there's several times that we were doing quick flips on coins. I mean, I remember there was a time that I was shilling Jasmine on quick flips, and I was actually doing pretty damn good on Jasmine for quick flips, and Jasmine was just doing this rinse and repeat stuff, and I was making 20% constantly, like 20%, then it dropped 20%, cash out drop, 20% drop. Bull run, it's super easy. Bear run like this, it's super risky. So I mean, it's your money, do what you want to do. But I would rather buy coins cheap than try to play quick flips. But that's enough of me ranting. So with that, big lows, Finance and Harmony 1. Whoa. Finance is up 10.6% at 2.5 cents. 500 million max, with almost all the coins in circulation, which is good, and a small market cap of 10 million. Also looks like you can lock your coins up and stake them, with 47 million of that stake. All-time high was 185 5 months ago. All-time low was a day ago. So if you would have bought a day ago, you'd already be up 13%. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. It's available on its own exchange. Oh, not a chart. So I can't chart it, unfortunately. Can't chart that one, my bad. Not my bad, but TradingView is bad. They don't have the chart. So Harmony 1, though, I know I can do. So Harmony 1 is up 8.4% at 2.1 cents. 13 billion max, 12.3 billion circulating. That's great. Almost all the coins are in circulation. 269 million market cap. All-time high was 11 months ago at 37. All-time low was 2 years ago at 001. Currently available on pretty much all the large exchanges. I believe this is also available on Coinbase, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I am wrong almost as much as I am right. So let's look at Harmony 1. So Harmony One's doing the consolidation between the 618 and 786 area. No, not 618, 786. Let me just clean this up. This is all scribbles. It's doing the consolidation between the support and resistance area. It's been happening since August 26th. But it really doesn't help us right now. So we are looking at here is the 786 main resistance area that's been giving us trouble. You can see back here, it was a fantastic support. We briefly broke below that support. The 786 held us up. And this is the power of the double support, double resistance. So as you can see, when we were here, it was a double support and held us up. Great, because we broke below one support, there was another one. When you fall below a double support, it flips in the double resistance. And now you can see the difficulty of getting over a double resistance. You can see 786 tested that, broke above the 786, yay. And then tested the resistance, got rejected. Then you have to break over the 786 again. And you can see we've been battling it out quite a bit. And as I've been charting this, you can see that recently flipped green. So we recently briefly broke above that resistance channel and flipped it into support right now. And this candle right here is actually starting to engulf the previous one. You can see that one's the darker green right there. So if we break above this 2.2, there's a good chance we're heading up to the 618 at 2.4. It looks like it wants to do it. We recently put in a higher high. So two different scenarios right now, all based off this double support area. We currently just flipped it into support, so we're currently above it. We have to stay above that in order for us to reach the next double resistance area, which is the 618 at 2.4 and 2.45. For the short term right now, RSI is high, MACD, I don't know if this is a fake out or not, but if we do break above this, I think this is the case. If we get rejected here, I think this is going to be the case, dropping back down to 1.8. So this right here is going to be the storyteller. What's happening right now in front of you, this candle right here is currently going to be the storyteller, I think. It started 57 minutes ago, has 3 more hours to grow. So this candle right here has 3 more hours to play out. Once that candle closes, I think that's to be the deciding factor on whether we're heading up or down. As you can see, it just flipped back to resistance. So we're currently testing that resistance pretty hard right now. We have 3 hours to do that, or yeah, 3 hours to do that. So this resistance is going to be the storyteller. 2.2. If we get rejected from there, I think we're heading here. If we break above it and it closes above it, we're heading up to the 618. So keep an eye on that. Looks like we're in a pretty critical price area. The RSI is pretty high though. We do enter the overbought territory occasionally, so more likely than not, I would be banking on it retracing, because overbought, you can see it when we enter overbought, we don't enter that high. And more likely than not, we do tag out at this general area. Let me draw a mean or a line. Line here where we normally tag out on the RSI, we currently just tagged it. So if I had to play the charts and had to play the technical analysis, I'd be playing the retracement back down to the 1.8 rather than trying to play it up to here. So I'm actually gonna be bearish on this than bullish. %14% in the larger fib. It's not gonna be a quick 14%, it's gonna be a slow bleed out, I believe. But nonetheless, it does look like we're gonna be heading back down on Harmony 1. Oh, 1 is not on Coinbase. Okay. So with that, guys, I have time to chart one more coin tonight. Who wants the last coin charted of the night? I wake up bright and early to go disc golfing tomorrow. Oh man, Bitcoin starting his downtrend. drag down on the RSI. MACD starting to cool down. Well, we were calling 22. It didn't even touch 22 though. I don't know. I think we could see something like this, and that will be. I think something like that could definitely be the play for BTC. Yeah. So just so you guys know, my stream is delayed from when I talk to what's on there. So you guys are just now requesting coins. I'm probably like 30 minutes ahead. So sorry about that. I guess that's just how YouTube works. So with that, guys, I am going to end the live stream. I will stick around in the chats for a little bit. If you haven't already, make sure you join my Discord channel. I'm on there daily. There's a lot of people on there. We share a lot of really good information with each other. Have a good time just chatting with each other. No shilling stuff, no forcing anyone to do anything. It's just a nice relaxed group. If you like what I do and you want to support the channel, you can actually become a member like Beanbag, Chef Natron, and Mr. Andy Walk. You get those special BTC logos next to your name on the live stream. Also, you get entered into my random. I do giveaways. I give away NFTs and swag. If you want to purchase an NFT, you can also check that out in the link below. If you're part of my Discord channel, you'll see what NFTs get you. NFTs give you a little bit of perks in the Discord channel. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end the live stream actually. And actually, hang on one sec. Yeah, not enough data. Yeah, so with that, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream. Sorry I did not chart that coin. It's just I gotta get going. So I'll catch you guys next time on the live stream. I'm gonna stick around in the chats. Make sure you click that like button. I'd really appreciate it, guys. See you next time on Charting Crypto.